Yo my people, back with another video. It's been a minute, I know. I've been wanting to make videos, if I'm being completely transparent, but it's just been a bit cautious and conscious about what to make, if the video is going to be good. Do I have a particular subject to talk about? I guess perfectionism you could call it, but I was like, you know what, forget that, I just need to record. I feel like sometimes you just got to do what you like doing, innit? So I was just like, you know what, you like recording, you like putting bits together, you like sharing things, just grab the camera and record, innit? So that's what I decided to do today. So I thought, you know what, obviously a lot of my channel has been about me documenting like my self-development journey, me vlogging myself, you know, trying to learn online skills, if it's marketing, e-commerce. Obviously if you are new to my channel, my name's Zach, and yeah, I basically last year tried to set up my own online e-com shop. I basically blew my budget, lost my job, went broke, left London, went to Liverpool, found a new job, and now I've just kind of been documenting my journey. Still trying to figure it out, you know, just trying to wing it. So yeah, I'm hoping sharing and being transparent about my journey, people can get some type of value or comfort, or just to use it as a platform to network and connect. So yeah, that's a bit about the channel. So yeah, today I thought I'd just share basically my e-com shop that I attempted to run last year. So I have explained this in the past videos, but just to put a bit of context, I'll share my screen so you lot can see basically, yeah, the brand I was building. I'll show you a bit of the ads that I shot, my whole kind of like thought process, or like the ad concepts I was trying to target. Just to be completely transparent and direct from the beginning, I have no experience in e-commerce. I had no experience in digital marketing. I've literally self-taught myself from everything from YouTube. So don't judge me on this. Yeah, you know, it might not be the best website, it might not be the best ads, but this is from someone who's never done it before. So yeah, so I'll show you the dashboard to show you basically the sales results. So last year I started in May, and then I did about 48,000 until I kind of started messing up on ads, on my ad budget, and essentially started losing loads of money just towards the last quarter, and then basically I ran out of money. So essentially it lasted May, June, July, August, September, October. So I'd say about 6-7 months, and then it just kind of fizzled out. And since then, you know, I've basically had to go back to work, save a bit of money, and yeah, build up my finances to start testing new products. I've documented it in my last few videos if you haven't seen it. So far, no success. I lost about £1,000 in my last test, so that wasn't great. So yeah, that's pretty much that's just a bit about my channel, if you are new to this channel. But anyways, let me show you the brand basically that I'm talking about, because I don't mind sharing it. People might have some type of value of like what a dropshipping store looks like, because essentially I used a dropshipping module. Once I did get a bit of momentum, I did obviously order a certain amount up front, just so it was easy. It just made shipping quicker, instead of me just going by an order basis where I would send order to my agent, then she would source it, then we'd have to wait for it to get to the agent, then to get to my customer. I could just source a large quantity from my agent, from the manufacturer she was using, and then she'll just have it in her base. So then every time I have an order, instead of me waiting for her to get it from another manufacturer, she could just send it straight from her base. And same with like my custom packaging. I just got all my custom packaging either sourced from her, or before I've sourced it from Alibaba, and then I would just have it in the base. So yeah, but I was still using the dropshipping module essentially, especially with like testing new products to like upsell. But anyways, so yeah, I've showed you kind of like the sales for last year, basically the time that I've run it for. So I'll show you how the store looks like now, and I'll tell you a bit about the brand and the whole concept. So let me just make recording the screen. Is it recording? Okay, so yeah, I'm recording the screen now. So yeah, this is my brand. So the brand's called Home of Hawks. It's called Home of Hawks London now, but it was actually called Home of Hawks. I'll be real, the name itself, I didn't really think too much of it. I just wanted a generic name because at the time I wasn't quite sure, you know, the product. At the time when I first made the domain, I wasn't sure what products I was testing, so I just kept it generic, went for Home of Hawks. And essentially the niches, I guess you could say, was like self-development and well, it was jewelry, but basically essentially I was making jewelry that helps motivate people. So I'm wearing one of them now. So this bracelet, I don't know if you can see, it says consistency is key. I'll show you how it looks like on the website. So it's like one of our bracelets. But essentially it's jewelry or bracelet, essentially bracelets, but basically jewelry that you can wear that works as like a tangible object to remind you to keep pushing towards your goals. So for example, this one says consistency is key, and essentially on the bracelet you can engrave the inside of the bracelet and you can write your goals. So for example here it says I will be 11 pounds by 2026. And yeah, essentially that was the concept. The concept was just a bracelet, yeah, that you can wear every single day. Just a subtle reminder to kind of like keep pushing towards your goals. So that was the whole idea. So I have changed the website a lot because basically what I've done is over the time I've just tried to test different types of marketing angles to find out who this bracelet will appeal mostly to. So I've went for, like, for example, losing weight. So this is kind of the most recent angle I've tried to hit. So basically like a bracelet that you can more focus on in the gym. And basically, yeah, you could write like your weight goals, or you could have like little motivational quotes. So that was the most recent angle I went for. I've also done things like manifestation. So you know, you can write your manifestation on your bracelet. So I'll give you examples. I'll show you mine. Trying to take up a bracelet in one hand is not the one. There you go. So mine says, "Good morning, millionaire." So that's just a little manifestation for me. So when I'm out and about, you know, trying to set my goals, if I'm in a gym, if I'm trying to, you know, learn online business, even if I'm at work, you know, I have this bracelet and it says consistency is key, and it's just a daily reminder. Before I put it on, of course, I can see my manifestation, and it's just something that just kind of like just reminds me, you know, because you know already when you're like, you know, trying to go through life and you've got goals and, you know, you're not getting that instant gratification, you're not getting those results, it can be disheartened, right? And hence why that was the whole concept between, this was the whole idea of this brand basically, was just kind to encourage and inspire and uplift people, you know, that are ambitious, that do have goals. However, they struggle to keep the momentum, or they struggle to be consistent, right? Because you hear it a lot of the times where, what do you call it? People give up on their goals just before, you know, success will happen, right? So yeah, it was just, yeah, it came from, it's come from a good, you know, there's a good thought between behind the concept and the product and the brand. So yeah, that was pretty much like my whole thought process and the whole, I guess, what's the word? Yeah, the whole vision for the brand itself. So I started with one bracelet. So we did consistency is key. That one was the most of the sales, and then I did a discipline is key, and then I did this version, the stainless steel version, and this is we had a consistency key version of that, and then we had a flavor over fear. Check my reviews. My views are great. One person was upset, but it is what it is. You're not going to make everyone happy, but for example, Anthony said, not only is the bracelet good, but the message on the card and the Vicks is something that motivates me every morning. Well made. Paul said it's too expensive for the quality. It happens. This one, for example, I got 3 bracelets, 3 different coats. They came out perfect. See, I love the bracelet. I got this for my 16 years old son. Amazing quality. The quality of bracelet is actually great for the price. So a lot of people like the concept. And like I said, I did 1,411 orders, and I did just under 50k. So I proved myself that the concept worked, and people did see, some people saw the value and liked the whole concept. Because there was a few people that actually bought a few times, and I think what people liked mostly is that they could personalize it. Because like I explained, you can obviously add your own manifestation, you can add your own goals, you can add anything you want basically to the bracelet itself essentially. So that's pretty much the concept of the brand and the whole idea behind it. As I've explained earlier in the video, unfortunately I haven't been able to make this brand work. I think it's a great concept. We did custom packaging, I've done custom content. As you can see, we've got some UGC creators here. I'll show you some of the ads as well.
This bracelet keeps the message of consistency front and center. Every glance at your wrist reinforces your commitment to your goals.
So yeah, pretty straightforward ad. It's literally me just twisting the bracelet and just kind of telling a story. But looking back now, I like all the ads and all the angles. I feel like I was trying to target so many different avatars at the same time, and I think that's where I went wrong. As well, there's a lot of factors, but obviously I've shared you these ads and I've showed you the brand, and I reflecting that there's a few things of why I feel like I haven't been able to make this brand work. One, I don't think my cogs were right, so it just cost me way too much money to acquire the customer, and it would just eat into my margins, and it would make it almost impossible for me to be profitable. There was a few concepts that I would optimize, but then it would fizzle out. Another thing, as I explained just a second ago, I feel like I was just trying to market loads of people. I was trying to market to people trying to lose weight, trying to market people that are more into manifestation or like spirituality, and even like with business, like being consistent with your personal goals, instead of kind of like separating them. However, the orders show that people are interested in the product, and I've had really nice emails and nice texts from people saying that they really like the brand, and it's really helped them. I've also had a school in Canada, and they've ordered about like 80 products all in one go, and that was as a gift for their graduation gift. So this is my first ever brand. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know what I was doing. Anyways, I don't want to bore you with all of that, but I just want to kind of show you like my thought process from like a beginner's point of view. So yeah, like this is pretty much the failed brand, I guess. Sometimes I think like, people say forget passion, right? Like I really genuinely wanted to help people. I genuinely thought this would be a good concept. I genuinely thought, I had this vision that loads of people would be wearing my bracelet. I'd see people out and about and people would be able to connect through it. I really thought it would be a great, product to help motivate people and inspire people. And yeah, like I said, yeah, we got a lot of orders, but like I couldn't carry on for what it cost me to acquire those customers. I just couldn't do it. So it's a shame, but at the end of the day, like, essentially, like, I went broke over this brand, didn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was you know, it didn't work out. However, like, it was my first taste of online money. Before that, I made no online money, right? So this is what unlocked the belief system for me. It's like, okay, you can make something, you can source a product, you can build a brand, you can market a message, and you can attract a market and make money. Yeah, you know, I've unlocked that belief. I know I can do that. Now the next step is, can I do that but be profitable, right? So yeah, you know, I think it was a good experience. People would argue and say, and I know this is true, that I should have probably picked a product where there was a demand in the market. You're not supposed to reinvent the wheel. I didn't have to do that. I put passion first, right? And I tried something new. But unfortunately, it cost me too much money to educate people, you know what I mean, to want to buy this product. So yeah, I learned a lot through it. I just wanted to share that because I've said it a few times in my videos, but I thought, you know what, let me actually show you lot the brand. So yeah, that was the essentially the brand that I built. I didn't make any money. I went broke over it. But you live and you learn. I've taken everything I've learned from this and like moving forward. It's just about building, learning more about marketing and making sure I have a product where the margins are right. There's a demand in the market, and I'm just gonna take everything I learned from here and put it into a new brand. Essentially. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you lot, for everyone that has been with me on my channel and has been following the journey. And as well, like, I miss making videos, you lot, I'll be real. I want to make more videos, I just wish I had more to share. Sometimes I think it's just me, innit? Maybe I'm just being a perfectionist. So if anyone else has got a YouTube channel or is thinking about making videos, don't do what I'm doing. If you want to record, just record and shoot whatever it is. It doesn't even matter. Like, if you look at my first ever video, I was super cautious. I couldn't record in public. Now I'm like in a busy coffee shop, right? So growth is inevitable where you're uncomfortable, and yeah, you don't need to be perfect, right? So that's a side note. But yeah, if you are thinking about doing YouTube, so yeah, man. But I hope you lot have heard everything I've said, because you know it's been really loud here. But whoever's here to the end, just leave a comment and you know a like. Show me that that you're locked in with me. And I'll try my best to keep shooting more videos. The website is still live, so if you want to support me and buy a consistency bracelet, like I said, you can engrave the inside of it as well. That would be cool. You know, it was my baby, and I'll leave it running, but fine. I just can't afford to keep putting marketing behind it. So yeah. But anyways, you lot, peace and love, and I'll catch you lot in the next one.